Mabuhay Ma'am. I am Feby Vetus, and I am going to discuss the nanotechnology in the field of medicine, nanobiotechnology, and nanotechnology in the field of agriculture. But first, I will going to discuss the nanotechnology in the field of medicine, a field of medical science made possible through nanorobots and nanoengineered devices. So later on, we will know the nanorobots and nanoengineered devices. Nanotechnology in the field of medicine involves the application of nanomaterials in medical technologies, which are efficient in providing greater understanding of issues on toxicity and impact of nanomaterials on the environment. So, uh, nanomaterials let us know what is or what are nanomaterials and its examples. Nanomaterials is the basic unit of the materials in 3 dimensions. It can be categorized into four, which are 0-dimensional, 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, and 3-dimensional nanomaterials. Also, nanomaterials is a class of materials where individual units have at least one dimension below 100 nanometers. So it means it is very, very small na siya, okay? Ang iyang size is below 100 nanometers. They can be made of any element and are commonly classed into organic, inorganic, and hybrid. So, ang organic materials, made of carbon-based. Ang inorganic material naman, made of non-carbon-based. Ang hybrid material is based on combined material, which is ang organic and inorganic material. Okay. Also, there are many nanomaterials that are produced and engineered. Yes. So these are the examples of nanomaterials. Liposome, micelle, gold nanoparticles, magnetic nanoparticles, quantum dots, carbon nanotubes, and then dendrites. O ang nanomaterials are made of any elements which are inorganic and hybrid material. Okay. Now, nanorobots. What is nanorobots? Nanorobots or medical nanorobots are autonomous, programmable, and of different morphologies, spheres, tubes, and helices, while the sizes range between 0.5 and 3 nanometers. So, ang nanorobots, nano means small, very small. So, robots are explainable naman na. Explanatory. So, nanorobots means gagmay na siya na which are autonomous and programmable na siya sa when it is programmed into human body to cure medical issue. And its size range to 0.5 and 3 nanometers. These robots could then act independently at the micro scale using any energy source, such as magnetic fields or chemical reactions to create propulsive forces. So, using with the help of energy source, which are magnetic field and chemical reactions, nanorobots can create propulsive forces, or it can program or programmable to move inside the human body to cure and to target the uh, cell, cancer cell. Okay. An example of a nanorobot is a sensor. A sensor is having a switch approximately 1.5 nanometers across, able to count specific molecules in the chemical sample. So, ang sensor, hamak, uh, try to think of it nga 1.5 nanometers. Gamay-gamay siya, guys. It can and able to count the specific molecule in the chemical sample. All right. These are the examples of nanorobots. It is autonomous and programmable. Very small gini na siya, guys. Kita mo, aning daw parehas lang sila kadako sa cells. Okay, daw mas gamay pa ganito. So, nanorobots are made of nanomaterials which are organic and inorganic and hybrid nanomaterials. Nanoengineered devices. Nanoengineered devices are structures built at the nanoscale between 1 and 100 nanometers using nanotechnology to manipulate materials at the atomic level. So, on nanoscale, it helps coating the particles and functionalization of their surfaces to increase the biocompatibility of the particle and its circulation time in the blood. And by the help of nanotechnology, it manipulates materials at the atomic level. Nanoengineered devices are made up of nanomaterials to function and often used for medical application such as drug delivery, imaging, or diagnostics. So, ang nanoengineered devices are made up of nanomaterials man also, as well as nanorobots to function and often used for medical applications such as especially drug delivery inside the human body, imaging or diagnostic. When we say imaging, advance yan na detect ang isa ka sakit inside your body. These are the examples of nanoengineered devices. Next. What is good about nanoscale technology is that they can be implanted in the body because they are less invasive and very, very small. So, ang nanoscale is dasig lang siya magamit or ma-use in the field of medical or in the field of medicine. It is because very small and it is invasive. So, this is the sizes or the size range of the nanomaterials. The tennis ball, 10 to the 8th power nanometer. Ang kuti, 10 to the 6th to 10 to the 7th power. Ang cancer cells range to 10 to the 4th and 10 to the 5th power. Ang bacteria, 10 to the 3rd power, to the 3 power. Virus, 10 to the 2 power. Antibody, 10 nanometer. Glucose, 1 nanometer. And water, 10 to the negative power. So how much more ang mga nanomaterials, nanorobots, and nano-engineered devices nga gina sulod or gina-inject inside the human body just to cure and to help detect the cancer cells or the cell membrane. Diba? Very, very small din siya. Yeah. Okay. The key applications and potential of nanorobots in medicine. So first, targeted drug delivery. Nanorobots can deliver drugs directly to deceased cells or tissues, minimizing side effects and improving treatment of effectiveness. So, nanorobots can target drug delivery into the cell or into the cancer cells, and it could help to cure uh, or dasig siya mag-ayo kay dasig siya mabulong ang mga cancer cells. Next, minimally invasive surgery. Nanotechnology can perform surgical procedures within the body, reducing the need for large incisions and associated risk. So because it is very invasive, small, uh, it can help to reduce the it can help uh, perform easier the surgery operation. Okay. Next, advanced diagnostic. Nanorobots can be used to detect diseases at an early stage, even at the cellular level, enabling timely and effective interventions. So, nanorobots can be used to detect diseases inside the human body. So, kung may cancer ikaw, dasigya ma-detect, kag dasigya makita na may cancer ang isa ka tao. Next, tissue regenerating. They can play a role in repairing damaged tissues or even regenerating new ones. So, kung ang isang katao has a damaged tissue, nanorobots can be a big help yun to help regenerate the tissue of the human and to create or to regenerate new ones. Next, cancer treatment. Next is cancer treatment. Nanorobots can be programmed to identify and destroy cancer cells, offering more targeted and potentially less toxic approach to chemotherapy. So, kung may ang nanorobots nag-help din to destroy the cancer cells and offering a targeted and potentially less approach to chemotherapy. So, kung ang isa katao may cancer, nanorobots can be a big help din to destroy the cancer cells kaya hindi na siya sige pa chemotherapy. Kaya tungod may nanorobots na because of the help of nanorobots. Last, gene therapy. Nanorobots can deliver genetic material to cells, potentially correcting genetic defects or enhancing cellular function. So, kung ang isa ka tao is may ara nga defects ang imong genes, nanorobots can enhance and correct the defects of your gene. So, this is the role of nanotechnology in the field of medicine. So next, we will discuss the nanobiotechnology. Nanobiotechnology is also known as nanobiology. Nanobiotechnology is defined as a field that applies the nanoscale principles and techniques and which uses the biological principles and materials to create the devices or the new devices and systems integrated from the nanoscale. So, nanobiotechnology is this is how the nano devices are created with the help of nanoscale. It is described as assisting medicine in producing cures and help in regenerating biological tissues. An example is the growing of 157 organs outside the body and later implanted to those who need it. So the example of a nanotechnology na ginagamit sa tong 157 organs inside the body is ang organ on a chip or OOC nga naga-simulates the activities, mechanics, and physiological response of an entire organ or an organ system. So this is the example of human organ on chips. Organ on a chip. Naga-stimulates some activities, mechanics, and physiological response of an entire organ or an organ system. Okay. While this is new development, this process is considered very useful in the future once it is perfected. So this process is very useful din ini kung gamit na gid or ma-perfect na gid ang pag-produce ni or pag-engineer sini nga mga technology. Yes. Although biological systems are fundamentally nano or small in scale, nanoscience must work hand in hand with biology to deliver processes very close to nature. So, biological systems are very, ano siya, very gamay, very nano, but the nanoscience very helpful and naga-work good just to deliver processes and to perfect the process. Alright. So, do you understand now the nanobiotechnology? Next, nanotechnology in agriculture. So, nanotechnology application to the agriculture industry may impact society and economy. So why? Na ang nanotechnology ma-impact yun or may impact yun sa society and sa economy. Engineered nanoparticles serve as nanocarriers, which may contain genes, herbicides, or even chemicals, plant parts to release target content. So, ano ini ang mga nanoparticles na nag-serve as nanocarrier sa mga tanong. Okay. Released nanocapsules containing herbicides effectively penetrate through plant tissues to release active substances. So, ang nanocapsules, nini siya ang nanocapsules gani Nanocapsules are submicroscopic drug carrier systems. They are composed of an oily or aqueous core surrounded by a thin polymer membrane. So, na- nanocapsules is a drug carrier sa mga plants which are naga-compose ini siya sa oily or aqueous core. So, ang core sina is oily. Ang ginakarya is oily. Kag gina-surround na siya sang thin polymer membrane. Okay, this is the example of nanoparticles or nanocapsule. Ano siya? Okay. They are small, encapsulated structures that can deliver active compounds like fertilizers, pesticides, or biocontrol agents to plants. This targeted delivery can improve efficiency, reduce environmental impact, and enhance crop yield. So, ang nano capsules uh, help a big good sa agriculture. It is because uh, deliver siya sa uh, nano-encapsulated release of fertilizers helps save fertilizer consumption. So, ang paggamit ng nanocapsules, nanocapsules nga ga-release ng mga nano-fertilizers helps to save the fertilizers consumptions. Para kung, di ba, sometimes kamahal sang abono sa mga tanom, especially sa rice or sa palay, na ang nano capsule muna siya nag-help to release the fertilizer to save the consumption of the fertilizer. This process can help minimize environmental pollution, which is very, very efficient in precision farming. So, man kung ang nano capsules ang gamito natin, it can but wala pa man, pero these nano capsules can help reduce the environmental pollution, and also it is efficient in precision farming. These developments in nanotechnology applied in agriculture provide promising opportunities. Of course, nanotechnology, very helpful, very big help gidya sa mga farmers when it is, or once it is implemented na gid, or mapagwa na ba lang ini nga klaseng na program. Of course, mapadali na ilang obra sa mga farmers. Applications of nanotechnology in agriculture. Enhancing plant, number 1, enhancing plant growth and protection. These methods can be integrated with autonomous sensors and GPS systems to efficiently monitor crop growth and soil conditions, enabling precise application of nanonutrients for optimal crop improvements. So, ang nanotechnology can help enhancing plant growth and protection by the help of the nanomaterials or nanotechnology ang sensor kag ang GPS system to uh, to to monitor the crop growth of the plant. Next, disease and pest management. Nanotechnology is transforming pest and disease management in agriculture through the development of nanotechnology, of nano-agrochemicals such as nano-herbicides, nano-fungicides, and nano-emulsions. So, when it is the crop are have diseases and gina-atake sa mga pests, so ang nanotechnology can help give through the nano-agrochemicals such as ang nano-herbicides, nano-fungicides, and nano-emulsions. Next, ang seed nanopriming. Seed nanopriming uses nanoparticles to enhance seed germination and growth, surpassing traditional methods. So, kung mag-ubra sang binhi, mag-sabog, diba, gagamit kita sang binhi, ginapatuboan na yung binhi, kag pagsabog. And then, through this nanotechnology, the seed can germinate faster and grow faster, and unlike sa mga traditional naton nga methods nga ginagamit, nagahulat pa kita sang pila ka months or pila ka weeks nga para magtubo ang mga humay. Di ba ginahuluman ina siya danay sa tubig, mga pila ka weeks or pila ka days lang na or mga weeks lang na siya. And then, amo na pag-sabog sa talamnan. Next, genetic engineering and gene editing of the plant. Nanotechnology has enhanced traditional gene transfer techniques such as electroporation and agrobacterium-mediated transfer. Gold nanoparticles and carbon nanotubes are now effectively used for gene delivery in crops like tobacco and rice. So, ang nanotechnology ginagamit manigali sa agriculture. Sa agriculture gali may ara man nga gene engineering and gene editing. Okay. Which are naga-help to transfer the technique is ang electroporation and ang agrobacterium, especially sa tobacco and sa rice. Okay. Next, smart fertilizers. Nano or smart fertilizers encapsulates nanonutrients in nanomaterials for controlled and targeted release, improving efficiency and reducing environmental impact compared to traditional fertilizers. So, ang nano or smart fertilizers may ara nga encapsulates the nutrients in nanomaterials. Kag hapos na lang sang fertilizers, reducing environmental impact compared and improving efficiency of fertilizer and reducing the environmental impact of the traditional fertilizer method. Lastly, food packaging and preservation. Nanotechnology, by the help of polymer nanocomposites or PNCS, containing clay, silica, and silver enhance food freshness, shelf life, and safety. So, by the help of this device, uh, it can preserve the food and it can help the food even more long. Yes. And that is the role of technology, of nanotechnology in the field of agriculture. So I hope you learned and you understand what I have discussed. Thank you.